It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a can of Amundsen Brewery's Hawk, Wind and Fire. It's a coconut chocolate mud cake ultra pastry stout coming in at a mesmerising 15% ABV. It's in a 440 milliliter can. It's brewed in Oslo in Norway. Without further ado, let's get this can out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening, beer in the glass then, 15% ABV. I'm going to give this a rigorous pour. I'm not expecting it to develop much of a head whatsoever, but we have a listen. It's going to dissipate very quickly. Wow guys. Did you hear that? So we had a one finger tan coloured head initially. It is a jet black beer in the glass. Look at this. Looks like treacle. You can see the alcohol legs. You really can. I mean, I've talked about it before, but I've never seen it quite like this. Alcohol legs, can you see the line? Can you see that liquid line where I've rocked the beer around? And it's kind of holding a line. Can you see that faint line? Around there? And then it's kind of like, it's just hanging. It's just hanging there. Good levels of carbonation. Heads dissipate very quickly. Jet black beer in the glass. Let's get the aroma. This is going to be insane, I'm sure. Wow. It's really toasty. Chocolate, coffee, caramel. Just toasted coconut. A little bit of bitter chocolate coming through. Let's dive in. Cheers, everyone. Oh, blimey! What am I tasting? Oh, my palate's on fire! Stone the crows. Stone the crows. That is just for a moment there, it was like gravy. It was like a thick, chocolatey kind of tanny, some gravy, and then it went over to roasted malt, coconut, bitterness from that roasted malt. Let's try and break it down a little bit more. There's so many flavours. There's some vanilla. Oh my goodness me. In the background, it's 15% ABV. There's no getting away from that. In the background, you just get this warming sensation on the back of your palate as the beer slips down into the inside of your stomach. You can feel it. You can feel that 15% ABV warming you up from the inside out. The mouthfeel on this beer is absolutely incredible. I can feel it. It may have even changed the colour of my lips. Excuse me, everybody, but this is part of the review. Has it changed the colour of my lips? I don't think so. It's not made my teeth go black either, but you definitely get like a, you know, you would be excused. You would excuse the beer if it left like a brown staining on your lips and teeth, because it's that fat, it's that bold, it's that sticky. Little bit of carbonation, hisses and fizzes, pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Roasted malt comes through. Chocolate, coffee, caramel flavours. If you think of a mocha coffee, if you think of a bit of kind of dark chocolate, that bitterness from the dark chocolate, a little bit of sweetness from the toffee. It's not do you know, I was half expecting with this, where they talked about it being a pastry stout. I reviewed the beer that was launched into Tesco, the Brewdog vs Evil Twin, the pastry stout, and I described it as being really sweet, really cloying, really overly sweet beer. And I had a ton of comments on that video saying, well, it is a pastry stout, mate, come on, give it a bit of credit. But I have had pastry stouts before and they were never that sweet, and this pastry stout at 15% ABV thankfully is not that sweet. It's not. I'm not going to talk about another beer too much on this particular beer review, but this is a pastry stout within drinking Brewdog's pastry stout just 2 weeks ago, so I'm comparing the two beers mentally, and this beer is far more. You're getting that kind of rich, bitter, dark chocolate. You're getting lots more of the roasted malt, and then some sweetness from the caramel, mixed in with coconut, chocolate, maybe some cacao nibs, vanilla, cinnamon. Just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Incredible beer. I love it. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows, what a beer. But I mentioned earlier on, you get that sense of it being 15% ABV with that warming sensation. But do you know what? In terms of actual, the way they've almost bent that 15% ABV into being drinkable, they've moulded it. They've molded that ABV into the beer, so it's very well. This is what I was looking for. Very well hidden. For a 15% ABV beer, it's very well hidden. So I've just noticed Horus aged ales, established 2015. So this is probably, and please comment in the comments box if you do know this, this probably is a collaboration brew with Horus aged ales. Again, nothing too, no real massive description on the beer, only that it's a coconut chocolate mud cake ultra pastry stout. People who love beer, people who are into beer, generally know they don't need a description. This beer will never make it to the supermarket, so there's no need to describe. And I've just worked this out over the last few weeks. They don't need, because this is only ever going to bottle shops where it's a target market where people know their kind of stuff. And if you're new to beer and if you want a description on the can, then it's a bit of a shame, but generally the people who are going to buy this beer already know, just by reading this, the brewery name and the description, that it's going to be one cracking brew. Hawk, Wind and Fire by Amundsen Brewery. Let's rate it. Look at the beer. Looks absolutely incredible. Tastes absolutely incredible. Smells absolutely incredible. For me, I'm going to go 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Thank you all so very much for the live feed the other night where you donated to the super chat. Some of you will be tuning in knowing that this was purchased by the Super Chat, and I'm reviewing it now for you guys. But thank you so much for supporting the channel and keeping the channel going in current times, in March 2020. That's all I'm going to mention. March 2020 is going to go down in history. Thanks for your support. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the shares, all the likes, all the subscriptions. Things are going fantastically well at the moment. Put 10 years of my life into this. 10 years of my life, and it's all starting to come together a little bit. And I'm so proud. I'm not just proud for myself and the channel, but I'm proud of you guys for tuning in and supporting me and pushing this little thing we're doing together on. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Stone the Crows. Boom and cheers.